With an injury update and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Explaining why the Young Bucks re-signing with AEW was the right call, Eric Bischoff said this on his 83 Weeks podcast. Look, for some, if you're anywhere from your 20s to early 30s and you don't have a family, you don't have a meaningful relationship that you're concerned about, and you're having the time of your life and you're performing and traveling the world, an opportunity to work 300 days a year is a wonderful opportunity. That's a healthy decision because there is a less chance they're going to get hurt. Less times you are in the ring, no matter how good you are or what kind of condition you're in, the less time you're in the ring, the less of a chance you have to get injured. That could derail your career or just accumulate injuries over time that will stack up and matter once you hit 45 or 50, especially the style of wrestling they do. So I think taking perhaps less money for certain less wear and tear, and to be able to spend time with your family and be there for those important moments. Hats off to them. Good decision. Sticking with the Young Bucks, they said this on the Swerve City podcast about potentially breaking up as a tag team, as Nick Jackson said, "We've never really had the aspiration of being singles wrestlers. That's a big thing. We always aspire to be a tag team. We saw the Hardys do it most of their career and thought maybe we can do a career with each other. Honestly, it makes it so much easier traveling with him. I don't want to do a show without him. I don't want to get on a plane by myself." Matt added that when we first started our careers, we were singles wrestlers. It was one of those happenstance moments where promoters booked us as a tag team and it clicked and everyone wanted us as a tag team. We were kind of against it at first. I want to wear red and call myself Mr. Instant Replay. He wants to wear blue and call himself Slick Nick. We're not the Young Bucks. It was almost forced upon us. No, you're the Young Bucks. We were getting more bookings and more buzz. It was one of those things of, why are we going against what everyone wants? It became to the point where it was undeniable more marketability and more chances that we're going to succeed. At the time, there weren't many tag teams blowing up. Maybe this is our way in to get the push that we want. We're not doing it as singles. It ain't happening. Let's try this way. It started happening. Let's stop fighting this and do it. Speaking about the possibility of her unborn child joining the professional wrestling business, Carmella told People maybe he'll be a third generation, which would be so cool, but I would never push anything on him, whatever it is that he wants to do. But if he's anything like what he's like right now in the womb, I mean, he's insane. He is a maniac. He does not stop moving. So if that's any indication of how rambunctious he's going to be once he's Earthside, then we're in it for sure. During an interview with Sports Illustrated, former UFC star Jorge Masvidal said this about being open to joining WWE. "If the shoe fits, wear it. I'm very busy, but if the compensation makes sense, then let's do it. If the WWE wants a savage like me, then sign me up. I'll go over to WWE and domesticate those guys. I love fighting. If I go to WWE, I'll put hurting on them every night. I'll torture them, make life hell for all of them. No one over there can beat me." It seems that a couple of WWE stars have been added as skins to the video game Fortnite, as Wrestling World CC posted pictures of Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair's character models. Recently, it's been reported that Kairi Sane will be making a return to WWE in the future, as she announced the other day that she will be on an indefinite hiatus at the end of September. Dave Meltzer would add this on Wrestling Observer Radio. "There is more to the story, and it probably won't come out until 2024, but there's more to the story. The gist of everything is that there's a lot of different moving parts going on in Japan that probably helped make the decision." Talking about the status of Roman Reigns for SmackDown this week, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio he's going to be back Friday. Roman Reigns got hurt in that match at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns got hurt in the match, and I haven't watched the beginning of the match over again, but I heard it was relatively early. I don't know the nature of the injury, I just know he worked the match hurt. He got hurt early in the match. Speaking of Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes said this about having a future rematch against the Tribal Chief, telling Sports Illustrated, "I know what I want. I know what I'm working to attain. I had other challenges before. People didn't think I'd survive Stardust, or that a non-WWE show could sell 10,000 tickets. There have been plenty of times when people bet against me. Getting back, this is the biggest obstacle yet. That's my goal. Get back, and that's what I'm fighting to do." Mentioning the situation surrounding Kevin Owens not being on WWE programming lately, Dave Meltzer revealed on Wrestling Observer Radio, Kevin can work. Right, he worked before with his ribs hurt, but the idea is that they decided not to book a tag title match for SummerSlam. You know, if he was on SummerSlam, if they booked him for SummerSlam, he would have kept working and done SummerSlam. But when the decision was made not to put a tag team title match on SummerSlam, they decided to shoot an angle to get him off television, to give him a short period of rest. But it was only supposed to be a short period of rest, and that's why they didn't take the belts off or anything like that. Saying this about Sami Zayn's apparent elbow injury on Raw, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that attack from McDonough was a cover for a burst sack injury. It's so swollen, it had a golf ball size swell. When it comes to WWE going through another phase of cuts in the future, Ringside News noted that despite the fact that there were rumors of talent cuts on the main roster after WrestleMania, everything stayed intact. Then there were no cuts after the 2023 WWE Draft, despite a lot of NXT call-ups. Sean Sapp noted behind Fightful's paywall that there is no word on talent cuts right now. Over the years, that has been a trend, but it seems that there isn't much discussion about the idea backstage in WWE. Fightful spoke to numerous talent and staff after the last week, and they claimed they hadn't heard anything about rumored cuts to talent throughout this year that was circulated by shoddy sources. Even after the rumors emerged, there wasn't much discussion about it backstage. With rumors of former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis joining WWE following his recent stint with Impact Wrestling, it's been reported that Aldis is being brought in for a potential producer role, PWInsider.com has told. He will be at a number of upcoming TV tapings. We had reported last month that WWE had interest in him for that role. Aldis, 36, began wrestling in the UK in 2004 before signing with what was then known as TNA in 2004. During that run, he became the first British star to hold the TNA title, as well as the TNA and IWGP Tag Team Championships. After his initial TNA run, he held the Global Wrestling Force Championship for the Jeff Jarrett-owned promotion. Touching on the possibility of Nia Jax making a WWE comeback, PW Insider said there were some rumblings over the last few days of a potential Nia Jax return within the company. We have not heard she is at Raw, but at least a few different sources noted that they had heard her name being mentioned of late. Jax made a one-night return at the 2023 Royal Rumble. We'll update if we hear anything additional. According to TMZ, Sonya Deville will be out of action from WWE, writing that our sources say Deville tore her ACL during her Tag Team Championship match against Bianca, Belair, and Charlotte Flair on July 28th in New Orleans on SmackDown, and will undergo a procedure on Tuesday to fix the issue. It would be added by PW Insider that we are told there is already a plan in place for the women's tag team titles following Sonya Deville's injury. There's been a lot of sympathy for Deville as she's very highly regarded within the company. Deville would also take to social media to address the matter. Here's the clip.
What's up, guys? So obviously the tag team titles are cursed. I'm just kidding, but like not really. Anyway, as all of you probably already know and heard, thank you TMZ, I have torn my left ACL last week on SmackDown in my match against Bianca and Charlotte. And obviously I will be out for an extended period of time due to the fact that I have to get surgery tomorrow. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone who has sent their well wishes and, messaged me and everything. I really appreciate it. And it means a lot. Obviously, you guys all know that I've been working the last 8+ years in the WWE and in my wrestling career to obtain a title of some sort. And I finally got my hands on the women's tag team titles with Chelsea, and I think we've been champs for 20-something days. So obviously, it's super bitter to say that it's come to an end due to an injury. Especially being that it's my first injury in wrestling or really in sports in general. And I've been a lifelong athlete since I was 5-6 years old. So obviously it's super disappointing and it couldn't have come at a worse time, but I don't really think any injury comes at a great time. And that's kind of just how the cookie crumbles. But what I will say is that my life has kind of been a journey of trials and tribulations, just how so many others have been, and we all go through ups and downs, but something that has kind of always been part of my character and who I am is I love being tested, and I love testing my willpower and my strength, and my mental and physical durability. So I feel like coming back from this injury, although it's unfortunate, I feel like it's going to give me a bigger motivation and just passion for what I already love doing, and that's being in the WWE. So I love you guys. I wanted to thank you guys for all your support and tell you that I'm going to be back sooner rather than later, and I'm going to be ready to put my hair up and square up.
And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.